my last video, I boldly declared Zelda Breath of the Wild as the greatest open world game I'd ever been in. And some idiots, since then, have told me that I was too reckless, too hasty to make such an unequivocal claim. And do I think they're right? Maybe. I played through The Witcher 3 back on its initial release on the PC. I put a good 50 hours into it, thought it was a real corker of a game. So having just upgraded my standard PS4 to the Pro, I was looking for a game to show it off. And what better game than The Witcher 3, now it's had that 4K update patch. There's a lot about Witcher 3 that's easy to love. The graphics, the scale, the lore, but by far the most impressive thing to me is the way it treats its ordinary citizens, its peasants, its guards, its merchants. Being a Witcher is a full-time profession for Geralt, so much of the time is spent working, doing jobs for the small folk in the continent. It's unusual for a game to put so much emphasis on its minor characters, but each one is treated with so much respect. Each character that gives you a job has a real grounding in the world, has a real issue, a real quest for you to go on. It makes the game far more memorable. It's really easy for me to talk about a specific side quest in The Witcher 3 and have friends that have also played the game know exactly which side quest I'm talking about. Like, I loved Horizon Zero Dawn. It was on my top 10 list of last year. I can't remember a single side quest from that, can you? On the rare occasion a peasant does try to send you on a menial task, collect 10 of this, Geralt will call him out on that bollock straight away. I'm a Witcher, a monster hunter for Pete's sake. Get your own rat pelts, you bellend. But there was one big issue I had with the game, the combat. Having been spoiled with the elegant and satisfying combat of Bloodborne just 2 months before, Geralt's sword play in comparison was about as engaging as an episode of Mrs. Brown's Boys. I would just spam away at the light attack button until whatever it was I was fighting was dead. My health would regenerate just by advancing the time, and combat became a nuisance, something just getting in the way of the story. If things are this easy to kill, why do you need a Witcher? Just do it your bleeding selves. This time through I've put the game on its highest difficulty, and you know what, it's changed the game from a great one to a truly outstanding one. All of a sudden I was vulnerable in this fantasy world. A few direct hits, even by the smallest of creatures, would sometimes be enough to kill me. All of a sudden the monsters felt like a genuine threat. Now I couldn't spam the attack button anymore. I had to use my dodge skill effectively, use my magic signs properly, and above all else, go in prepared. I had dabbled with potions and oils on my first playthrough, but didn't take long at all before I realised they weren't really needed and just fobbed them off for the last 40 hours in the game. But now I needed them. I had to read the bestiary entries to find enemy weaknesses, scour the lands for weapons and ingredients that would help me take down the beasts. Changing the difficulty up made me learn more about the lore and the inhabitants of the game, the thing I loved most about it on my initial run. For the first time I felt like a Witcher, a monster hunter, with a job in the world that only I could do. Now it made sense why villagers would seek out specialists, and it felt great to be that authority. I'm already enjoying this second playthrough way more than my first. I can't wait to get to the 2 expansions that I missed the first time. Witcher 3 might still have its problems on a technical level, most notably Roach, the artificial stupidity experiment. But when all's said and done, I don't know what's better, Breath of the Wild or Witcher 3. I'll call it a tie. Hey, thanks so much for watching today, I really appreciate that. Let me know what you thought about The Witcher 3 down below, and what difficulty you played it on. Are there any other examples of where changing a difficulty has improved or made a game worse for you? Let me know. I'll see you next time.